All right, the verdicts and a guilty verdict in the trial of a teen accused of killing a man near the Inner Harbor last year. A jury found 16-year-old Tavon Scott guilty of voluntary manslaughter in the death of Timothy Reynolds. WMER2 News' Brittany Berner has been following the trial. She's here now to break down those charges for us, along with what's next.
Sentencing will likely be delayed, but that 16-year-old was convicted of voluntary manslaughter and 2 out of the 3 gun charges he was facing. Tension and tears filled the courtroom leading up to the moment the verdict was read for 16-year-old Tavon Scott, found guilty of killing Timothy Reynolds.
Voluntary manslaughter, which is what they found him guilty of, is where you intentionally kill someone, but there's some justification, mitigation, or excuse.
It's the main charge that teen was found guilty of, in addition to 2 gun charges, the use of a firearm in a crime of violence and possession of a firearm under the age of 21. This comes after an altercation between Reynolds and a group of teens squeegeeing turned deadly last July at the corner of Light and Conway Street.
It does look like this was the consensus verdict of a jury that brought a lot of different perspectives. There are no winners in cases like this.
The maximum penalty for all charges combined is upwards of 30 years, an outcome families on both sides were disappointed in.
There's disappointment because they were hoping for an acquittal across the board. Well, this is clearly a heart-wrenching case on both sides, and our condolences go out to the Reynolds family.
And that brings a small measure of closure and justice to this family, which is what they've always wanted. Here he has been held accountable in adult court for the crime that he committed.
However, defense attorneys say their fight isn't over at the time of sentencing. Since the teen has no criminal history, they are going to argue that the case should be moved to juvenile court, which is what they initially wanted to begin with.
It is a good case to transfer to juvenile court because of his background, because this matter was brought to him. He didn't go looking for trouble, it was brought to him.
That 16-year-old has 10 days to request a retrial, which the defense counsel says they are already planning to do, and ask that it be moved to juvenile courts. Brittany Werner, WMAR2 News.